we're going to go over a quick demonstration on the Power Probe. It's actually very simple. You hook it to the car's battery, red to positive, black to negative. You have 20 foot of lead here, so you can go anywhere front to back on the vehicle. It also comes with an extension lead. You can actually extend this out to 40 foot, which allows a guy on a truck, a trailer, a vehicle a little bit longer to go all the way to the back of the vehicle. If you don't need it, you can take it out, put it away. It's a very simple tool. Contact the tip to a circuit. If it lights red, it's positive. Green is negative. No indication is an open circuit. Makes it really simple. When you contact the tip to a circuit, you'll also notice you not only get a red light, but you get voltage as well. Here we have 11.8 volts. We're also getting a tone on the Power Probe. You can test voltage in 1/10 of a volt increments, all the way down to 1/10 of a volt. Here we happen to have a volt, up to 70 volts in 1/10 of a volt increments. Notice that when I probe into this, I'm getting a red light, I'm getting a tone, and I'm getting 11.8 volts. When I probe into this, I'm getting 10.5. If you're not within a half a volt of battery voltage, plus or minus a half a volt, you will get no tone, no LED, but you will see the readout. It tells you have a voltage drop in excess of a half a volt from battery voltage. To determine battery voltage, with the voltmeter, you have to run all the way back to the battery just to test battery voltage. With the Power Probe, you simply press the switch forward. This will indicate battery voltage. We have 11.8 volts on the battery. Contact the tip here. We've got 10.5. The difference, 1.3 volts, is the voltage drop without having to run all the way back to the battery. The Power Probe will also activate components. If we contact the tip here, and I'll turn the tone off for the balance of the demo, you're able to turn the tone off, turn it on. Notice that we have continuity to ground. It's giving us a ground indicator. We obviously just need to power that thing up. A simple press of the switch forward, you're putting full battery voltage to the tip, so you're able to power up components. Here, we have continuity to power. Obviously, we just need to ground that component. If you press the switch rearward, you're putting ground to the tip. So you can put power to the tip, ground to the tip. You also have an auxiliary ground that comes out of the bottom of the housing. This is a constant ground. If you press your switch forward, you've got power and ground, or a full-on jumper lead set. You can also test continuity. If you hook the component between the extra ground lead here and the tip of your probe, if the LED light's green, you have continuity. If not, of course, it's an open circuit. But watch this. We've already grounded the component on this side. We press the switch forward, we're going to put power to the tip. You can actually power up components right in your hand for bench testing. It's really neat. If there's no fuel pressure in a car, you can run all the way back to the fuel pump and actually power it up. If it powers up, or the computer or the component works, you know the component's fine. If not, you can also check, do I have power, do I have ground? Now watch this, there's something called a good and a bad ground. If you have any kind of resistance in a circuit, like corrosion, maybe a wire frayed that's barely hanging on, the red-green LED takes no more than 100 milliamps of current to fire up. So it can give you an indication that there's ground, but it's not truly a good ground. If you contact the tip to a circuit, notice on this, I'm still getting a green indicator. Contact here, notice I'm still getting a green indicator. To verify it being a good ground or a bad ground, watch this. You press the rocker switch forward, and we're going to short it out. It just tripped my circuit breaker. That verifies that I have a good ground there. Press the reset button, watch this. Contact the tip, I'm getting a green indicator, we're going to try to short it out. It doesn't trip the circuit breaker. That is a bad ground without a voltage drop test. It took you a second to find it. So all in a nutshell, the Power Probe is a test light. It's a voltmeter, a continuity tester. You can determine voltage drops without a voltage drop test, and you can also determine bad grounds. The 20 foot of lead, we can go anywhere front to back. On top of that, you also have a nice flashlight, so it illuminates the entire area that you're working in. The Power Probe is truly the ultimate circuit tester.